Hello, tenors. It looks like I ran too long with the first part of the video, so we're going to start with Tenors and Basses Part 2. Okay, this is Dear to the Heart of the Shepherd, hymn number 221. All right, we're going to start with verse 2. You do not sing verse 1 at all. So go ahead, jump to verse 2. Dear to the heart of the shepherd, dear are the lambs of his fold. Some from the pastures are straying, hungry and helpless and cold. This is where the sopranos and altos are going to join you. They're going to sing ooh, okay? See, the good shepherd is seeking the lambs that are lost, bringing them in with rejoicing, saved at such infinite cost. So you'll hear them, but they're not going to be very loud. They'll be pretty quiet. Okay. So let's go that far with the accompaniment so you know how that goes, okay, right there. Actually, I'm going to do two measures before. The women finish singing Over the Waters So Deep, deep. And then that repeats, and then this is right here. This note, near to the heart of the shepherd, dear are the lambs of his fold. Some from the pastures are straying, hungry and helpless and cold. See, the good shepherd is seeking the lambs that are lost, bringing them in with rejoicing, saved at such infinite cost. Okay, and then we have this interesting chord. Big changes coming, and we're going to be singing unison for just a second. Okay, this is the chorus. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the rescue he hastens, bringing them back to the fold. All right, now let's have this with the women on the top part joining us. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the rescue he hastens, bringing them back to the fold. Now with the accompaniment. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the rescue he hastens, bringing them back to the fold. Okay, now we have this interval here because we're going to change keys. We start with sopranos and altos. They sing, but you do not sing here. But you're coming. Dear to the sheep that have wandered out in the desert to part. Here it is, right here. Okay. Okay. So this is the last note. This is your note. So I would listen for, can you hear this? Or if you can hear this, then you can go up to here, Star Wars. stars. Okay. Do, 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 do. Okay, that's how I remember this interval. This is a fifth. Okay. So let's do this. Bright star, and hark, he is earnestly calling, tenderly pleading today. So you can go here or you can go down there, whichever's more comfy. Will you not seek for my lost ones, off from my shelter astray? Okay, that's your part. I'm going to do the bass beneath you. Let's start with Hark, he is earnestly calling. Here you are. Here's the bass. Hark, he is earnestly calling, tenderly pleading today. Will you not seek for my lost ones, off from my shelter? I can't hit that note. Right there. Okay, let's do this with accompaniments. You know what it sounds like underneath. Let's start from hark. I'm going to start the measure before. See if you can find your note. Here it is, Star Wars. Hark, he is earnestly calling, tenderly pleading today. Sorry. Will you not seek for my lost ones, off from my shelter today? Okay, I'm sorry, I can't sing that low. And here we have another interval, or a little interlude, I mean. And we're going to be changing keys again. Right there. So you hear this. It's just a little half step right there, okay? You're going to be singing unison for the moment. Let's see, this is verse 4. I think you sing this whole verse, the melody, okay? So, green are the pastures inviting, sweet are the waters still. Lord, we will answer thee gladly. Yes, blessed Master, we will. Make us thy true under shepherds. Give us a love that is deep. Send us out into the pasture, seeking thy wandering sheep. Okay, let's do that with accompaniment beneath. So let's do this key change. Pastures inviting, sweet are the waters and still. Lord, we will answer thee gladly. Yes, blessed Master, we will. Make us thy true under shepherds. Give us a love that is deep. Send us out into the desert, seeking thy wandering sheep. And then we have this chord right here. And then we're going to be right there. Out in the chorus. Out in the desert they wander. That's interesting, isn't it? Out in the desert they wander. I like it. Hungry and helpless and cold. What's cool about that is you're going to be harmonizing with the altos. It's so cool. Okay, and then from here, off to the rescue we'll hasten. Let's do this part 2 more times, okay? Off to the rescue we'll hasten. One last time. Off to the rescue we'll hasten. Okay, and then move on. Bringing them back to the fold. Okay, now let's put this with your fellow, the bass, the men. Okay. Out in the desert sorry, hungry first. Hungry and helpless and cold. That's such a cool part. Off to the rescue we'll hasten, bringing them back to the fold. Okay, now we'll have the women join you out in the desert. Join the women in the desert. Okay. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the rescue we'll hasten, bringing them back to the okay, now let's go to accompaniment. Out in the desert with everyone. Out in the desert. I'm going to try this slow. Out in the desert we wander. I can't sing that low. Helpless and cold. I can't sing tenor and play at the same time. All right, I'm just going to play it and hopefully you can get this out of it. Out in the desert again. Right here. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the rescue we'll hasten. Then it ends like this. Okay. I'm sorry. There's just too much going on in my head. It's too much. Okay, good job, tenors. All right, basses. Your turn. All right. Verse 1, you do not sing at all. You jump in with verse 2. Okay? Dear to the heart of the shepherd, dear are the limbs of his fold. Some from the pastures are straying, hungry and helpless and cold. Now right here, the sopranos join you, but they're going and altos, but they're going to be oohing. So they'll be quieter than you. But you're going to have the melody. See the good shepherd is calling, seeking the lambs that are lost, bringing them in with rejoicing. Saved us such fatted cost. Okay, let's go back to that point again. From verse 2 with the accompaniment, so you can try and sing along there, okay? Right there. Right. Actually, the measures, 2 measures before, the women first, they finish singing, then we have this, 2 of these, and then it's playing, right there. Due to the heart of the shepherd, dear are the limbs of his fold. Some from the pasture are straying, this. Ooh, something's happening. Okay. This is your note. And it's going to be the melody. And it will be in unison with everybody. Okay? Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the rescue he hastens, bringing them back to the fold. And that's the chorus. Okay, let's do it with accompaniment underneath. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the rescue he hastens, bringing them back to the fold. Now we have this little interlude because we're going to be changing keys. Now right here is sopranos and altos. They sing this, verse 3, but you will be joining them. Okay. Dear are the sheep that have wandered out in the desert to pine. Now this is where you come in. Right here. Hark, he is earnestly calling, tenderly pleading today. Will you not seek for my lost ones, from my shelter astray? You get to hit those cool bass notes. I love them. Okay. Now let's put this with the tenors when they join in. Hark, he is earnestly calling. Hark, he is earnestly calling, tenderly pleading today. Will you not seek for my lost ones, from my shelter astray? Okay, now let's put some women on top. On hark, he is earnestly calling. Here you are. Hark, he is earnestly calling, tenderly pleading today. Will you not seek for my lost ones, from my shelter to stray? Okay, I hope that helps. Now let's put this with accompaniment. I'm going to back this up. I'm going to go back to dear are the sheep that have wandered out in the desert to pine, okay? Dear are the sheep that have wandered out in the desert to pine. Right here. Hark, he is earnestly calling, tenderly pleading today. Will you not seek for my lost ones, out in the desert shelter us, out in the shelter, or off from my shelter astray? Sorry. Okay, then from here we have another interlude. Got to change keys again. So it's just it's going to be unison together, the melody for the rest of that verse. Okay? Dear are the pastures inviting, sweet are the waters and still. Lord, we will answer thee gladly. Yes, blessed Master, we us out into the desert, seeking thy wandering sheep. So you pretty well know that part now. Let's do this with the accompaniment. I'm going to back this up to that key change. So. Sweeter the waters and still. Lord, we will answer thee gladly. Yes, blessed Master, we will. Because thy tender shepherds give us a love that is deep. Send us out into the desert, seeking thy wandering sheep. And then we have this dramatic chord, and then the chorus. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. And then you're going to make a big leap. Off, so you go from here to off to the rescue we'll hasten, bringing them back to the fold. All right, let's do this with the tenors. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the desert we'll hasten, bringing them back to the fold. All right, now let's add the ladies. Out in the desert. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Off to the rescue we'll hasten, bringing them back to the fold. Okay, sorry, sometimes I lose track. Okay, now with accompaniment. So we left here. Out in the desert they wander, hungry and helpless and cold. Then clear up to here. Off to the rescue hasten, bringing them back to the fold. Then we have this little, and that's how it ends. Okay, there you go, man. Good luck. Okay, I thought I would go through and just play this accompaniment without stopping, without singing anybody's parts, so that you can practice singing your part with just accompaniment, okay? So here we go. This is the intro. Second verse, mid. Soprano altos hum. Men are still singing. Everyone unison. No singing at all. It's an interlude. Key change. Sopranos, altos. Tenor bass added. Little interlude. Then we move to a key change. And unison, everyone. Sorry. All right. Thank you all. I wish you the very best of luck and happy practicing. See you Sunday.